Welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie Locke. Got my cohort here, Chandra Arthur, and where we co-wrote. I was about to say co-create, but then it was going to be co-wrote. All this came out. Either way, um, a writing prompt book, and that's coming out in November. Hold on, wait. I have a
I
copy.
I just realized how. Ugh. So I hurt my back. Um,
Yeah. So
and
if she cuts out, it'll be fine. We'll be okay.
I just have a hard time moving around right now. So
The rays of sunlight coming in made it look like you got like a spider web coming from the window.
no, oh, yeah. It's a disco ball
Oh, that's
plant
right. I forgot
thing.
about the disco ball thing. But
hmm
I'm just seeing
And
these lines and I'm like, that looks like a spider's web, like tendrils.
yeah, and then there's like that glow between me and the camera,
Oh, I didn't even notice that till just now.
and it's all from the way that the disco ball mirrors reflect things around the room. We were like trying to figure out why I was all like ghostly.
I mean, usually it's just me that's ghostly, but that's a pale reference. Anyway, this is the book we created. And your eyes don't deceive you. In the bottom corner, it says with stickers because in the back we have 1,000 stickers. Um, and you can use these stickers to fill in the prompts. Though I highly recommend you don't use just the stickers because you'll run out between the prompts and the 10 words. But you can write in your own stuff, whatever sparks your creativity. It's like choose your own adventure. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, if you write in your own words, it'll for sure write in, like, fill in the prompt and then use the word stickers. Or you can skip the word stickers and just use the word stickers to make the prompt.
yeah,
But
however, fully your own. And my hands are not huge, by the way. Just to let you know, this is my hands are. I like to think normal size. I'm like 5'6". Um, this is like travel size, where
yeah,
each prompt has about 4 pages. So you got one. Here's the prompt. Then you got that front page, two middle pages, and then the back page before the next prompt. So you got 4 pages, and it's perfect because it's travel size.
now I think you had said that when was the date that you had to start in order to finish um, the all the prompts in 1,000 words to get started?
If you did a prompt a day,
hmm
oh God, I forgot about that one.
Before 1,000 words to ignite romance comes out.
Well, and I can't remember the date that Ignite Romance comes out. That's the issue.
Ah, I would have to look at that.
My memory is like a steel trap. Nothing can get in.
That's funny. So right now I'm also kind of between phones because I haven't gotten everything logged in on my new phone. My old
Mm,
phone will not charge if I am using it at all.
dang.
So,
First world problems.
yeah, I know. I'm just like, oh, whatever will I do? Um, but yeah, I am also going to go ahead and post that we are live.
Oh yeah. I did that story and that was about it. That was my efforts. Like I had to recreate the thumbnail and it's a different background because I'm a strange cookie that likes to make things match and it's fine. I'm used to it. All right. And I'm getting our story. Don't mind me. I just still got a little bit of a junk that I've had for a month, but it's fine.
It do be like that. Let me see.
Hold on. I need to go check on something real quick because my family's acting weird.
Well, while you do that, I'll get these posts going. Um, let's see here. I'm not actually sure what story we will be editing today or what we will be drafting because Natalie is that part of my brain. Um, however, I will also start sharing the documents.
Okay, never mind. We're good. I'm sitting here. Alex said he was gonna take our daughter to Starbucks and stuff, and his truck's been running since like the start of the stream, and I'm like,
What are
just
y'all
been sitting
doing?
there, like, and so of course, like the catastrophic mind that I have, I have that Zoe's still getting ready, and Alex is like laid over, had a heart attack in the truck, and it's just running. That's where my mind goes when like things aren't off, like people aren't where they should be. Is that they must have been injured or something drastically. So with that, I went out there and then I realized, oh no, that's right. We got a little portable tire inflator thing. And so he's filling up his tires because when we came back from the airport, they were low.
That is a good thing to do. That
But
is
of
a
course,
thing.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I don't do that. I like to drive around, um, you know, without without air in my tires.
Yeah. Oh. I like to not think about the tires at all. And then when something goes wrong, I go, Alex,
help.
You beeped at me. Though, okay, in my defense, I will change. I know how to change a tire. But also in my defense, I usually don't weigh enough to make the lug nuts loosen. Like, I will jump on that freaking thing
Yeah,
for
that
hours.
is a big part of the problem. It's like, do I know how to do it? Theoretically, yes. In practice, do I have the right leverage to do it? Probably not.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
I just posted on Facebook and I'm going to post on Threads, which is where I spend most of my time.
Thank goodness, because I'm not spending my time much anywhere.
I mean, it's hard to be on those things all the time.
Yeah.
But I really do enjoy Threads.
I do. I think it's what the platform formerly known as Twitter should have been.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
By the way, I think I found one that we can do. I'll see if I have yours, but it's An Alien in Disguise Among Humans, number 78.
Okay. I like it. I'm glad you said that because I was just saying I have no idea what we're doing today.
I was looking. Since I have like the master spreadsheet, which is funny because the only reason I had the spreadsheet was to keep track what potentially when I would finish all 200 prompts and the bonuses. I'm fine, I swear.
I feel like between the two of us, we are like solid. Like you have a cough and like you're sick, and I'm hobbling around because I've hurt my back. And it's just like, go us.
Dang, I thought I muted in time on that one. Whoops.
Posted on Threads, and let me see, what else did I want to do? I should post. Oh, yeah, I was going to post on Instagram.
I swear we'll have our life together at some point.
Yeah, but you know what? I made progress because these posts have all been like I did all of the drafting and stuff ahead of time.
Oh, nice. So it's just sending out.
Yeah. Hi, Cool Gamer. How are you?
Hi, dear. Glad
We
you
are
can make it.
getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah. If you can hear yelling in the background, it's because my son is playing Fortnite with his uncle because my poor brother-in-law. He's friends with my son on PlayStation. So if he's ever just playing, like, how we as adults sometimes we just want to do our own thing. We don't want to entertain the kids. Unfortunately, it shows, hey, your uncle's online, and my son has no chill. So,
Like, oh hey, it's time for you to come play with me.
okay, so
That's
I
adorable.
found mine. I don't have yours on the prompt.
Okay. You do have it or you don't?
I do not have yours.
Okay, what is the prompt?
An alien in disguise among humans. Here's a good word to look for. Aurora borealis.
I have that, like we did that before.
Cornfield cluster. Oh, apparently I accidentally skipped a word last time.
I think we've... Ooh, that's not what I meant to do.
All right. Ooh. So, out of curiosity, with your back, is it better is it a don't move at all or only lay down?
It is if you don't start moving, you may never be able to move again.
That's an odd one.
No, it's like bending, like leaning forward. It's a lot better. But it was like, yeah, the leaning forward or bending, like to pick stuff up, I was having to do like a plie squat because I just couldn't.
You went like pregnancy adjustment.
I was laughing and I was like, I know I don't have any children, but I'm pretty sure one of them just stepped on a crack.
Your fur animals, definitely.
That's what it was. It was Dobby. He was like,
you've been avoiding me, woman. So,
it was the spite, the ginger spite coming through.
Oh.
Little does he know he's gonna be mad at me for a whole new reason soon.
Because of moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, really funny. So we have a video system here, and for anyone who doesn't know, we were gone for a week, and so came back, and I found that our video system goes on automatically at night, and so I have videos of my little cat Lucy. For anyone who doesn't know, she's a little orange cat that I actually found in Chandler's. Lucy's walking around meowing and
Oh,
and
that's so cute.
She hasn't been like extra clingy, but she hasn't been standoffish either since we came back.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he can use my phone.
You want to swap? I'll just take your phone.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So I'm not finding that one, but it is in my search bar like we were looking for it before.
Oh, so maybe. Okay, fine. Did you search Aurora Borealis instead?
I have that in Stranded in a Foreign City.
Oh. Well, let's grab that one. Let me find. Oh, God. I thought he was saying what to me, and I'm like, Spencer, don't. I'm not talking to you. All right. Now I gotta find Stranded in a Foreign City.
I do not have yours here. Let me check
That's fine. I think at a certain point we just stopped caring about each other. It's fine.
That doesn't make any sense. We would never do that.
All right.
I think I was
Stranded
trying
in a
to
foreign
be.
city. Got it.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had to search for it. Because you don't have episode numbers, and that's how mine are organized by episode.
Yeah. I at some point in time was like, I'm gonna get organized, and then I basically just got disorganized. So
No way. All right. Did you already create a Google Doc? Because I have one open that I was just about to share with you.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, then never mind.
What do you want me to share with you though? Because we need to be on the same one for the.
Yeah. All right. I was trying to get us on one. I was about to share with you, but I was like, well, she already created one. I don't want mine's still at a point where I can be like, I abandoned this thought. Yes, Spencer.
Okay, I just sent it to you.
Victory Royale, nice. Don't know what that is. I'm assuming good. My God, I have so many things here. I haven't got it. Stop it, Natalie. Gosh. All right. Ew, just got a text. Oh. I gotta jump over to YouTube because my. Did you share with me, by the way?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Click and refresh in the share with me thing. And. Okay, hopefully I can stop this quickly. Okay. All right.
All right. Does that one have
Hmm?
Does that one have Aurora Borealis in it for you too, or did I just decide today I'm gonna Aurora Borealis?
I think you decided. Let me I can double check. Wait, why do you have a final? Did I edit this already? Oh no, I clicked on the wrong thing. Cute.
We are so good at this.
I clicked on the thriller that you're writing that I looked over.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God,
Wait,
now I
which
gotta
one?
sneeze.
Just kidding. Nope.
We can live edit that one. Okay. Maybe recent. Why is this not working?
The one that I sent you is not working.
Like I can't pull it up. Like it's not showing as an option, but it kind of pisses me off it because I'm in Drive and I feel like I should be in Drive, just kind of go with what I have. But no, it wants me. The only way I've been able to pull up what you send me half the time is go into my Gmail, click on there,
Mm-hmm.
and then
open it from there, and then it'll let you open wherever
yeah,
you want.
then it's like, oh yeah, this existed as part of your thing this whole time.
Maybe it's like if you open it from your email, it's like you're accepting it being shared with you so that people can't just randomly
Maybe.
share stuff with you.
All right, got it. Hey Sarah, if you don't mind, so I can give you a wrench, comment in the chat first without the link. and then I can knight you with a wrench. Did I click the right? Hold on. Now I'm questioning if I got the right. Oh, no, that is stringent. And oh, okay, okay. Now I remember my story. Oh my God. I'm fine. I'm good. I swear. Okay. I got my story. Now I'm going to make this. Oh, nope. I need to get my timer first. Oh my God. Computer. Get your
Compute.
life together. Cat, where are you going? Just saw her slink by.
Okay, I made the tabs the same so we can quick navigate instead of having to scroll.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about that fancy little feature. All right. I am pulling up my clock timer thing so that I can share my screen. Nope, that's that's not it.
Oh. Your
There. Now I'm sharing the screen. What?
Oh, I just started yawning.
Oh, I was like, you're what do you need?
I need more coffee.
Yeah, I could see turning to coffee today.
I do not see the screen. Okay, there we go. There's a little delay, but we got it.
Oh yeah, no, there's a strong delay and it's annoying as hell. Like, for some reason, this thing. Hold on. Told it to tile the. Oh. Is this what we're gonna do today?
Yep. Oh, it's 10 minutes too, just to add to the chaos.
Oh, it's supposed to be 30 minutes that we do it?
10 minutes to read, 20 minutes to
Edit.
implement feedback, and then 30 minutes to write.
We're gonna stop sharing real quick. Maybe that's why my computer's acting all finicky. Oh no, it's just my computer. It's fine. I'm gonna close out a few things. X out of that. But what is this window up for? Oh boy, what just happened? Okay. I feel like Elmer Fudd a little bit because my first thought was, we got to be very quiet. I'm hunting windows that need to be closed down. All right. Close that out, close that out. No available windows, my patootie.
Do you want me to do the timer?
Yeah, you might have to. It's I don't know why the clock always wants to play this game. Okay. I swear we're getting there.
Pull up a timer. Okay, I don't see a 10-minute one. There's a 15-minute one, but I'm just gonna
Yeah,
use
just grab
that.
it. We can use the slider. All right. So I guess you'll be sharing your screen.
Yep. And I'm just gonna. There we go. Okay.
Pretty.
And we will begin in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that went real fast.
I'm like, yes, it did. And then I'm like, wait, I'm still on mute. Yeah, just enough at the end for me to double check to make sure that when I corrected your spelling, I was like, she's usually better at spelling than I might be wrong. No, and this time I'm right. So you're never
Yeah,
going to be.
I'm not usually better at spelling than you are.
Well, you got a
No,
more vast
ma'am.
vocabulary than I do all the time. I'm like, what does this word mean? You're helping. What, in other words, I need to be friends with you before I took the SAT and all the other standardized tests in my life. You would have helped me. But it is what it is.
I might know how to say the words and generally know the words, but I cannot spell most of them.
Oh, I might have sent it to you, but I was on Instagram and there was a reel where this guy's was talking about how he listens to audiobooks, and his friends make fun of him because he goes, yeah, so I read a book, and they go, oh yeah, read. And he goes, all right, fine, I listened to a book. Listen, but you just looked, all right? And the only difference between the two of us is that I actually know how the character names are supposed to be pronounced. I was like,
I love that. And whenever people say that, I'm like, I know what's in the contents of this book. Do you? And I feel like it's funny because like most of the people who say that have also not picked up a book since college or high school, depending.
My husband says that, but he actually is an avid reader, so
I not all, but most.
Yeah, but I do agree with that.
But I also think too, well before audiobooks, it was the family pastime to read together.
Yeah. Oh, and you're supposed to read to your kids. Are the kids not reading? Like it's both.
Like it's okay. Yeah, it's a group thing. So when they said they were going to read together as a family, one person held the book and read audibly to everybody, and it was considered reading.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, I will get off my soapbox about that.
It's okay. I'm standing on it with you, so we're kind of pushing.
I've got. May I go first?
You would, huh?
With the notes.
Well, my screen disappeared for a second there. Hold on. Found you. Okay, back. All right, I'm jumping into yours because I want to. It's first, and we're sharing my screen. All right. This was the spelling. It's Aurora, like Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. You put you just the U. It probably wasn't a spelling error. It was actually a mistype because that's more believable. This is just a difference of spelling, but you have Dylan, Ian, and I'm used to Owen. But and then I just added a comma there. That's where I naturally paused. It's Dylan, my assistant, and right hand. Breathe loudly at my elbow. And then this was me. I get sucked into the conversation or into the story when I start talking with the characters. He's used to dealing with me and my quirks. And I was like, he's noticeably breathing and the MC has the quirks. Like, I was like, no, honey. No, you're fine. He doesn't know how to absorb oxygen properly, okay? If he's just standing there and coming across like the kid from Hey Arnold going, all right. Alex and I still make references to that kid sometimes.
Okay.
Funny. So this entire paragraph. So we got that Dylan and our main character live together. Which I wish there was more. Now that I think about it, I wish there was a more explanation of that. Like instead of saying living together, just say he's also my roommate or something like that, because
Or like a live-in assistant or
because your
something.
mind starts to go one place and
Mhm.
you're corrected back. And I think it would be better if it's like a no, turn your head here. This is the where we're going. I know we said this, but
Mhm.
like if we say roommate there, especially because you kind of lean into it with like, no one likes how we showcase our relationship, and calling it a relationship kind of strengthens that, which is why with the comment this way, their daughter is living in a sin, but one that they are more comfortable with, which by the way, the living in sin that they're comfortable with, like just kind of, I love that. And I said, might as well call it out, and instead of saying this way, say living with a man unmarried is a sin my parents are more comfortable with, rather than being more than friends with Krista. Like just full on telling the reader, because
I'm taking your word for it because I do not remember this story
yeah.
at all.
Either way, I highlighted and because it was just blocky for me, like and this, and this, and this, and I'm like I'm breathing like freaking Dylan over here. And then with the 3 dots, I love the pause, but I was like, this would have been a great spot to actually input some action. Like, was he like spitting everything out, then like went, I'm sorry, like finally took a breath and said, I'm sorry. Just something like, how is his demeanor? Is he like a very talkative with his hands, or is he like nervous? Like, I just want to let you know that you're really annoying, and Krista is the only one that can help you, but you seem like you were going to yell at me, and like, how is he? All right. Then we clip to her because he shoved a cupcake into her mouth, which I'm still questioning if that's assault or not, depending on how good the cupcake is. But all we have from her is that she glared at him as she chewed and then swallowed the cupcake, and then she snatched the rest of the cupcake. Totally love the comedy there, but I want to know how she felt. Were her muscles tense? Was her face hot? Or was she frozen until like suddenly the sweetness of the cupcake dripped onto her taste buds? She's like, and then starts to slowly chew like a cow a little bit and swallow, and goes, like, instead of snatching, like slowly reach, go like where maybe he flinches, like she's gonna hurt me, and she just grabs the cupcake, the rest of it, keeping with that comedy. All right, this last part of, I love this friendship where he knows how to talk her down, even though she's playing it off like it was her idea, but he helped her. And I love that type of friendship and showing how close they are. Spencer, dude, chill. And he is 0 chill. All right. But I think something that could help show how close they are is if there's comments about each other's significant other. Because, like, for example, you and I know each other's significant other. We've had our own conversations with them, and comments like, we know, like, hey, send this joke to them because it would be hilarious. I know they would love it, or something like that. Yeah. And having that connection with your friend's significant other just shows how blended lives are and how close you are as friends. So that was the only thing that I thought to add in.
So as you were talking, I started to remember, because this is the one where I wrote that bit of dialogue where there's very little punctuation. Yeah. So it all kind of runs together, so you can hear like the breathlessness of the.
Yeah. I mean, you got his eyes growing wide. And so it would make complete sense to just have like on the 3 dots part, and he took a deep breath, like, I'm sorry. Yeah. I just didn't know what to do, Yeah.
I don't remember the context of the story, but I do remember that bit. And I remember you reading that bit. So, okay. Yeah. No, I'm good with that. I have some thoughts. I'm definitely going to have to read through it and like refresh my memory before I go back.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, I've got the yawns, and I'm almost done with my cup of coffee, and I don't know what that's all about.
Oh no.
May I with your story?
Okay.
So there was a couple of spots where I made tweaks like this. I
Makes
feel
sense. Yeah.
there's a few different spots where there's extra words added in that soften the impact of a more sudden
Mm-hmm.
something that's
It's
more
the
sudden.
whole passive versus active
Yeah,
voice type thing.
yeah,
Instead
and
of
like
continuing to
whenever,
stare at him, it's she stared at him. Like it's more powerful.
yeah. So I also highlighted here and here because Bev rolls her eyes and it's the same sentence.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like you could give her a bit more
Depth. Or even just change it up and be like glancing to the sky or something like that, or
yeah,
instead of the same words.
yeah. Um, One thing I just loved this, and I didn't have any feedback here, but this cracked me up.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, and you want me to remember what I said in another language 3 hours ago? Like,
Legit.
that cracked me up. So then the part that I had a question about, why is George asked, raising eyebrows raised and lingering on Bev, why is he his gaze lingering on Bev? Like, what is he expecting to see? Because then
Hmm.
he eventually, and I cut eventually, he looked back down in the book.
Yeah, and actually, probably what I should do is like his eyebrows are raised and lingering on Bev. Then Bev's line of "We should have hired an assistant," which, by the way, assistant I think is one of the words. So I'm going to change that to travel guide since that's better here.
Gotcha.
And then after she says that under her breath, he like you might nod or something, little head quirk, and then look back at the book like, "Yeah, told you," or something like that, like as if it was a previous argument. And she finally sees his side.
Yeah. So,
Or actually, no, never mind. He was the obstinate one because he's like, "No, I got this."
yeah, so something, a little tweak there. Maybe he does, maybe that changes to where it's like, oh, he wasn't sure about it or something. But um, especially given the end of the story, then it may be something that you want to tweak one way or another, like role reversal or something like that because of how the story
Mm-hmm.
ends. Um, so here I'm thinking, yeah, cupcake was one of the words. So this part would be tweaked. Is it
Yeah,
neurology would be cake? And so I was curious, is this like neurology would be a piece of cake, kind of like brain
yeah. I think I
surgery
was
would
trying
be?
to avoid a cliche of piece of cake, but I
Mhm.
think here it would be okay to use, especially since I'm kind of taking it and then going, "No, no, not that," and then call it. Uh,
Yeah, well, and I think too, it's a little bit different if you use a cliche as dialogue from a character versus you writing a cliche from the perspective of the narrator,
yeah,
because
true.
characters don't know not to be cliche. Uh,
Good point.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes sense. Um, so this part I kind of
Apparently,
cracked up.
Baptist was one of the words.
Yeah. Let's see. A black car pulled up, and I cut at that moment. But then I also made a note. A familiar face stepped out of the driver's seat. All I can see is just.
This happens a lot.
I
I've noticed,
know.
like with my writing, is like I choose certain things, and you're like, so I imagine a pickle just sliding down the glass or something. Like I don't know where the hell that came from, but whatever.
But that is how my brain works. Sometimes it's very literal. So I was
Amelia
also
Padilla.
asking.
I'm never gonna tell you to dust the furniture, okay?
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, what does he look like instead of just like a familiar face?
Yeah, I
Um,
can. Luckily, I can add more stuff here.
yeah. And then or were you going for it would be difficult? They were difficult to find.
Yeah. So firmament was one of the words, and it's funny because I remember I must have asked like, "Hey, what does this word mean?"
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in the future and I've forgotten what it means.
So it's like the sky. So the
Okay.
North Star is supposed to be like easy to find because it's like one of the first stars that you see in the sky as it goes from like sunset to night sky.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe putting in a constellation that's a bit more tricky to spot. I think it's a good sentiment. Just North Star would be like easy to find versus picking a
Yeah,
constellation
I think what I'm trying to say is I think that they're easy to find, like for a local, like you can always spot the tourist. So I think I'm gonna come up with either a new cliche or a spin-off of this or something. Because also, in my opinion, I believe many people, since most native English speakers don't know the word firmament, don't say it on a regular basis, I feel a second English as a second language person wouldn't say that word either.
I think it's 50-50 because a lot of times English as a second language, people have a broader vocabulary than people, also using words that we wouldn't necessarily use in that context.
Sometimes, yeah, because their classes are
are more advanced, and it's like
yeah.
if you learn the meaning of a word, then you're more comfortable putting that into language. I did modify this. Bev slid in George followed.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And
So
then it was that language book, this translation that he was.
So that made me question two things. Why is he looking at the translation book when the streets are empty and there's no one to talk to? And what is he trying to remember that he said 3 hours ago? Or is he trying to remember something that someone else said 3 hours ago that has to do with their directions?
Yeah, so I gotta direct exactly what he's looking for.
Yes.
Clear street to me makes sense because it's like you want to find out what to say before you can actually run into people.
Yeah.
But
you have the space to explore that and explain what he's trying to find in the book. Maybe she's like, what do you think you're going to find in there that's going to help us? There's nobody to ask. And maybe he actually answers that question the way you answered me, of like, well, if we do see someone, I want to know what I'm going to say to them. Like, something along those lines. This part, I thought he was already in the car. So either he's been standing in like a back of a car, like
she slid in before George, and then I could say she slid in first, and then because this conversation between him and the driver happened outside the car. So I'll say she slid in first, conversation happened, and then he laughs and sits next to his wife. I'll do that.
Yeah. So Bev slid into the back seat and then go on with the conversation, blah, 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 blah. And then George slides into the seat. Maybe flip this sentence around so that George sits next to his wife first. And then he threw his head back in laughter. What's so funny? I was confused here. What's he laughing at? And this is where I was saying maybe role reversal of she maybe clarify that she forgot that she gave the travel guide not the travel guide, their driver.
And the way I saw it is that she wasn't part of the conversation, being out with it outside the car. So she didn't hear their exchange. She just has her husband coming in laughing.
Okay. So yeah, that wasn't clear to me. So that's a good note to clarify.
Yeah,
that
I need to fix that.
He realized that she played a prank on him, and she doesn't realize that he has realized a prank was played
It's
on
not
her.
even a prank. I think she had the full like idea and everything, which I think I'm gonna plug in something at the beginning and everything.
So then when she's like, why are you looking at this book at that point, she's like given up or
Yeah, good point. So, okay, I got some things to fix.
I think clarifying that will make the joke at the end clear.
Yeah.
So that I think right now George is the only one who gets the joke, and as a reader I'm with Bev and I'm like, what's so funny?
Mhm.
But George knows. So yeah, that's what I noticed on this one.
Yay.
So I need to get another timer because we need
Yep.
15 minutes. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay, we will begin in 3, 2, and 1. So I made most of the changes.
Yeah, I'm on like my last sentence, I think.
The thing that I didn't get worked in was getting more conversation about their significant others.
hmm
And
Which, I mean, that's just a slight detail. We know they're close
yeah,
otherwise, so.
I think it would be a nice touch, especially since it's only mentioned once that that Brad and Dylan are fighting.
hmm
It'd be nice if Krista knows, or if Sylvia knows that Brad and Dylan are going to be fine, and that that's
Yeah.
something she's worried about, especially since most of the story is about her being in a bad mood.
Or even like her response to the fight could be her actually explaining what the fight is, showing that they had a previous conversation about it. And she'd be like, listen, Brad is always going to feel like he's picking up after you if you keep on forgetting your towels on the bathroom floor. All right. Just add an extra step to your routine or something like that. And like, or
Yeah.
he'll bake some cookies and you'll eat them and y'all will forget what you were fighting about anyways, or something like that. Like just this like exasperated, like your fight is tiny, like stop stressing.
I kind of wanted to make, I was thinking about this, like we get at the end that she's upset that their flights are grounded and they're not going to be home for Christmas. But I could sprinkle some of that in throughout the way of like to Dylan's being so thoughtful and he's trying to make the best of a bad situation, but also the reason he's fighting with Brad is because he's not going to be home for Christmas. And Brad like didn't want him to go on this trip so close to Christmas anyway. And so like now Krista or Sylvia actually feels bad because not only is she missing time with her girlfriend because they're out of the country for Christmas and they're not in not in the same area, but she's also doing the same thing to Dylan, and Dylan's taking it really well, but she also knows it has a personal cost to Dylan.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to work that in there somewhere, but I do think
at least you got
that,
a plan. And
yeah,
you can easily get it in here. So
yeah.
right.
I do like the changes that came out though. May I read yours first this time?
Yes, you may. Scrolling down. Okay. Oh, I should probably share the screen. There we go. All right.
Okay. Didn't you tell the driver to pick us up at 3? Bev asked her husband, halting there, meandering on the cobblestone sidewalk. George thumbed through a small translation book, almost bumping into her. Bev stared at him. Hold on, I'm finding it. George held up a finger, losing his page. He had to start over. Bev rolled her eyes. You don't remember what you said? I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, and you want me to remember what I said in another language 3 hours ago? George asked, eyebrows raised and lingering on Bev. We should have hired a travel guide, Bev said, then added under her breath. You should have practiced more. Ooh. As if he just heard what Bev said, George shook his head. Now, honey, I've got this. No need to outsource when we have the assets. He tapped his temple and held the closed book again with a sigh and began thumbing through once more. George muttered to himself. It was before, where is the bathroom, but after asking for a drink. Bev's hand rested on her hips as she eyed her husband. We're 2 American Baptists on a knockoff Price is Right showcase trip. Brain surgery would be a piece of cake right now. No cupcake. Piece of cake right now. No, cupcake compared to this. People travel every day, but you don't seem to figure it out despite studying the language for a year. Bev turned away, scanning the empty street. A black car pulled up, and a tall young man stepped out. His long, slick black hair reflected the sun, but swayed with each step as he met the couple on the sidewalk. "There you are," their driver said. "I got worried when you weren't at the restaurant. I assumed you meant to say meet at 3 and not meet at the lemur, since only one of those is a time. Luckily, finding you is easier than finding sand in the desert." "You speak English?" the pair asked in shock. "Of course, in this job driving tourists, it helps to speak their language," he said as he leaned to open the backseat door. "I'm just glad you understood him enough and got here before I got too hungry," Bev said as she slid into the car. George shoved the translation dictionary in his fanny pack, shaking his head. With a furrowed brow, George stepped beside the open door and whispered to the driver, "Why didn't you mention it before?" The driver shrugged. "Well, she said she wanted you to practice, so I figured it would help." George threw his head back in laughter and sat next to his wife. "What's so funny?" Bev asked. Through chuckles, George said, "Nothing, dear." That's funny.
Yeah.
So she mentions in passing that he needs practice. The driver decides not to speak English to help him practice. And so neither of them know that the driver understands them. That's good.
I mean, I bet this has happened before where someone
Has to have.
thinks and everything. I even thought about taking it a step up where like Bev slipped him 100 or something and said, only speak in the language. He needs more practice or something like that.
I think that'd be funny. I think the only other thing I want to know is what country they're in.
I haven't decided. I was like, what country is this? And the whole time I'm like, I don't know enough about any country right now to feel good enough and everything, especially because then I would have had to look up what word is close to 3 in this other language, or something like that. I wouldn't be able to just like let it be.
Yeah.
So
No, I think that's valid. But I will say, just not France, because they would probably be like, don't do that. We will be speaking English.
yeah. Oh, no. Every single country I've been in, no matter the fact that I try to learn the language and I want to order it, they just go like, so in Germany, I would like is ich möchte. And so when I'm trying to order my food, I'm like, ich möchte Döner box or something like that. And they go, "You want a Döner box?" I'm like, yeah. Like they would just answer back in English, and I'm like, I'm trying to practice.
I'm learning here in Mexico. I feel like they were all very indulging when we would try to practice and just kind of like.
I will say in times when I've been in near like Hispanic culture. Of course, now I was a cute little kid learning Spanish, but I was like, I know the months of the year and I know how to say hablo muy poco y muy mal español, which is I speak very little and very bad Spanish. Yet I can say that perfectly because I've known it since 3rd grade. However, they were acceptable then, but now as I'm older, they're just looking at me going, this is painful to watch. Like I remember one time in Germany, I had to go to my friend's house because they couldn't get home and the door was locked, and the way the locks were is that you had to use a key for the inside and the outside, like one or the other. There was no like little knob switch thing. Mm-hmm. So the kids were locked inside the apartment because their oldest couldn't find her key for the 50th time. And they asked me to come by because I was off work. And so I sat by their front door. But the thing is that their front door was above a German shop. I forget what type of shop it was. And I couldn't go through the side door that was meant for the residents because I didn't have a key to that, but there was a door through the shop. So I had to say in German, and they didn't speak English, I don't think, because I was usually like, when something as complex as this of, hey, my friend's kids are upstairs by themselves, can I use your side door to get up the stairs? I ended up in broken German asking. I was like, meine Freundin wohnen Teppich. So like I said, my friend lives stairs. And I was like, ihren Kinder, meaning their children. And I think actually ihren means his, not their, and stuff like, I mean, just horrible.
They're like, okay.
Like, obviously I'm not German, but the moment I opened my mouth, and they were just like, and I did know door too, and I was like, what did I say? I pretty much, I was like, bitte, to like just asking all the things like door side, and they're like, oh yeah, here. I was like, okay, Dankeschön. Like, just anything.
It's so funny because I feel like the moment I need to speak another language, usually just Spanish, but the moment that I'm like trying to, all of the words leave my brain.
Oh yeah. No, there's this chick on Instagram, and it's painful to watch her because I relate to it so much. Because it shows her practicing, like, she's German, so it's all for fun. So she knows what she's doing. So, but she's pretending to be a person learning German. She goes, okay, like, and she's saying everything in German and like getting the sentence perfectly, and then she goes to talk to the sales associate, and then just like stumbles over the words and like puts them out of order, like, but she said it perfectly when she was practicing just a second ago. And I was like, this is too close to home. I can't watch her.
Yeah, like thanks, it's me.
Yeah.
If you want to read mine, and then we can
Yes.
draft really quick.
Okay. Chandra's Flash. The firmament glowed with the gemtone lights from the aurora borealis. It's always a hard word. I reached for my assistant without looking back, knowing he would be ready with my camera. This wasn't a general workaday trip. We were stranded in a foreign city, or at least the outskirts of one. Dylan, assistant and right hand, breathed loudly at my elbow. Dill, I said, do you mind? He chuckled and backed away. I didn't say anything when I could still hear his breathing. He seemed to know immediately and took another step back. Thank you, I said. He is used to dealing with me and my quirks. It wasn't that he was loud. I just have very good hearing. We both grew up in the same tiny Baptist town after almost 15 years of working together. I don't think there is anyone else I could live and work with. But as a live-in assistant, is one thing I couldn't do without anymore. Neither of our families approve of the way we showcased our relationship, but that's not really our problem, especially since our relationship is that of friends, best friends. But still, my girlfriend Krista is fine with the illusion. She met my family, but they are more comfortable with the notion of Sylvia and Krista as best friends. Either way, their daughter is living in sin, but living unmarried with a man is a sin they're more comfortable with. Krista is studying neurology at Johns Hopkins, and I'm here in Greenland watching the stars. You know, it's too bad I already shipped all the real assets back home, he said. No. I murmured without looking back at him. I kept my gaze focused on the sky. Dylan pulled out the cushion and sat on the snow, at a safe distance. What I wouldn't give for another cupcake from the shop this morning. That was his not-so-subtle hint that maybe I should have eaten something, and I wouldn't be in the foul mood I was in now. You know, if you want to get back, you can, I snapped. I've been alternating between eating my feelings and biting Dylan's head off for the past week. I could feel the rage coming on, but still, I opened my mouth. Before I could say anything else, Dylan shoved a bite of cupcake between my parted lips. I was as surprised as he looked. A shadow of fear covered his face. I'm sorry, he said, his eyes going wide. Icing melted on my tongue, softening my anger. It just seemed like you were going to start yelling at me, and I just don't have the emotional space to deal with that right now. Brad and I are fighting, so you're so touchy with misophonia that I know you miss Kate, and she's the only one who can really deal with with you when you're like this. I'm sorry. I just didn't know what to do. I glared at him. I chewed and swallowed. We sat in the tense silence, still trying to figure out what I was going to do. Explode? Or if I was glad he bought me a cupcake. My stomach gurgled. I reached for the rest of the cupcake, then snatched it from his hands. I pushed myself up from the snow-covered hillside and stalked over to the passenger side of the Jeep. The green pine air freshener swayed as I pulled myself into the seat. Well, don't just stand there, I snapped. Get the stuff in here and let's go before the storm strands us out here too. There are worse things than a grounded flight on Christmas Eve. I took another bite, but didn't let him see the smile on my face. He didn't realize that he had gotten through to me yet again, just like he always did. Aww.
I feel like I got more of like her feelings in there.
100% more of her feelings. God, there's so much stuff on right now. Animals keep coming in and out. Alex and Spencer are trying to look for something. What are y'all looking for? Alex, what are y'all looking for?
That yellow and black rope. He had it in here last night. That's why I was looking at me.
Yeah. Lucy played with it at one point. Okay, well, never mind. Lucy's playing in a box now. Okay. One of those where you lift up the flap of the box and the cat looks at you like, what?
What?
Okay.
So one thing
You did great with the feelings. Definitely want to have that interchange. The only thing is that we got Dylan saying what I wouldn't give for another cupcake from the shop this morning, kind of dropping a hint, but yet he all of a sudden had a cupcake. Like,
I did teleport that cupcake to him, didn't I?
yeah. But that was the only time where I was reading, I was like, where did this come from? Not complaining. Where did this come from?
So, the one thing too that I was thinking has left my brain. I was gonna say something.
We're going to blame it on my kids because that happens to me all the time.
Yeah, it'll come back to me.
Will it though? Will it?
Maybe. Probably like 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm just, oh, that's what I meant to write. Yeah, I feel good about that.
Yay. And there's a little things to add in.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, the one thing I kind of wanted to get through there too is that it was like Dylan's intrusive thought. Like he didn't mean to do that.
Like he didn't mean to shove it in her face, but
yeah, that's
like,
why he's
I like that, like that moment of fear of like.
I've taken this entirely too far. I didn't mean for my inside thought to be an outside action.
No. By the way, how long for drafting were we thinking? Because I think I finally got my split screen to work.
We usually do 30, but you want to do a Pomodoro? 20, 25?
25? Okay.
That'll put us pretty close to 11.
I'm setting the timer. Let's just add it at the end. And you know what I think would be cool? Do you want to do a prompt from our book?
I was thinking about that. I feel like we should.
Yeah, I mean, we got the books, and it's how else to show people how great it is.
You can go ahead and select a prompt. One thing I wanted to
Oh,
do.
I already picked out words for
Perfect.
and everything.
I was gonna throw in chat the link to sign up for the cover reveal.
Ooh,
It's
yes,
not too late to do that.
We also have book 2 of this. Cover reveal is happening on October 15th. So this is 1,000 words to get started. The next one is 1,000 words to ignite romance. Lucy's
Yep.
It was. Never mind. Not now.
I think I spelled that right. Otherwise, it's just going to be here on the internet forever with a misspelling.
No big deal.
Fine. Okay, so I put that link in chat if you want to sign up for that. And then which prompt?
With prompt 1, you can do it however you want. So this isn't really this is not setting a genre or anything. This is just 10 words as a starter prompt.
Mm-hmm.
But it says pick a place, a verb, a tree, an animal, a drink, a food, a number, a form of travel, a piece of furniture, and a profession, and then create your own prompt. So I already pulled 9 words, and then I wrote in my own word because I felt like it. So what I got, I'll type it out. What are you doing, Spencer? Spencer, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got cathedral, crumble, willow, cat, water, chocolate, 2, hike, armchair, Olympian.
Did you pull the stickers?
I pulled the stickers. The only sticker that didn't get pulled was willow because we don't have that as a word yet. And the stickers, so that was a write-in word for me.
Oop, accidentally pulled 2 words.
Oh no, say it ain't so.
Okay. Let's see. What did I do?
Prompt.
Butterfinger. Okay, so for a place, I picked Boulevard. Oh, they're so cute. Let me see, are there any trees?
There is citrus, I know, but the trees were kind of limited in this. So that's why I wrote in willow myself.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So I got it typed out. Hopefully there's no spelling errors. So feel free to play along yourself of picking out a place, a verb, a tree, an animal, a drink, a food, a number, a form of travel, a piece of furniture, and a profession. And then create your own prompt out of that.
I'm going to go with cashew for my tree.
I'm going to have to... Oh, excuse you. Screen. All right.
Let me see what else. An animal.
See, my mind reading them out is already like wheels are churning of where can I take this.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
And that's what I like about these draft.
I got cat for my animal.
Oh,
Are you
so we
sharing
both
your...
chose cat.
Did we? That's funny.
Yeah.
Now I'm putting the stickers in the book, but I'm not gonna write my story in
I'm
until
typing
after.
mine out.
Okay, same these. Drink. What did you put for your drink?
Water.
Trying to decide if I want to do the same thing or something different.
Feel free.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Because I can.
What are yours? Yours so far?
So far, I've got, let's see. Boulevard for a place. Oh, I skipped a verb. Cashew for a tree, cat for an animal, water for a drink.
Mm-hmm.
I need a food, a number, and a form of travel.
Furniture and profession and verb.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and start while I finish.
No, I'm typing it out for you, so it's already
Gotcha.
in the. I'm just adding it further down in our. Oh God, what's it called? This thing in our drive.
Oh, there's also ale. I could have picked that as a drink, but ooh,
Sorry,
food,
dear.
cake.
Cake. All right.
There we go. And let's see. So I need a number, form of travel.
Technically, my form of travel and my verb are the same thing, or could be interchangeable, but it's fine.
That's a good idea. I might do that. What did you use?
So for my verb, I did crumble. For the form of travel, I did hike.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ferry.
What? Berry?
Mm-hmm. For the form of travel.
Oh. Fairy. So I kept on hearing like berry, like raspberry type thing, and then I heard berry like Bury, like putting someone in the ground. And I was like, oh, is that a form of travel?
That's maybe not what we meant here.
I mean, travel to the underworld.
Piece of furniture. So I need a verb and a piece of furniture.
All right, I'm looking through mine.
Uh, for the verb,
For the verb, you could do night, which is also a noun, but
I was looking at, I've used a lot of, fluff.
there you go.
And what did I say the other thing was that I needed?
Furniture?
Yes. Okay. So, fluff and my furniture. I'll do
So there's armchair, there is, which I used.
So when you say when we say furniture, do you think that drape or drapes count as furniture?
Artistic license, honey.
Sure. I'm gonna make this more complicated because artistic license.
What? You? Never. Oh, rug. Um,
Yep, I see that. Rug. Oh, there's sandwich. I could have used that. We will be doing rug.
you're doing rug.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Are we
you wanna
both doing rug?
No, I was asking what you were doing. Because I've typed it out for you. So I got boulevard, cashew, cat, water, cake, fairy, fluff, rug.
Let's see,
Am I missing anything?
Oh shoot, I'm short on something.
We got a
fluff,
verb,
boulevard, fluff,
food,
cashew,
number.
cat, water, cake. I need a number.
Number and a profession.
Yeah. I'm slow. Sorry, y'all. Number. Okay. I could do this. There's just so many choices.
I mean, we got 1,000 of them, legit. Would midnight be a number?
Artistic license?
Yeah.
What did you put your number as?
2. But I'm just going through the thing here. or single. It's numbered technically.
Mhm. Oh, I also needed a profession.
Yeah, I'm looking for that.
Would ghost.
There's traveler, ghost, yeah.
That could be a profession. Lieutenant
There you go.
as a profession. And
Still need that number.
yes.
I shot out midnight, and holy shit, that's the first time I've ever spelled lieutenant right on the first try. Okay. I said midnight single. There's two. If you want to go in the T's.
I was also looking at item because that would be like an item. Could be.
Yeah. Go for it.
I think I kind of want to take it easy on myself and use.
Yeah, we got
there's
in
3.
T. Yeah, they're in T. There's 10th, 2, 3. What else? Yeah.
I got 3.
Okay. So you're doing 3.
Yep.
All right, then I think you're done.
Now, do you want to do a challenge?
I was
with
about to
this?
ask the same thing. Great minds think alike.
I say yes.
Right. Hey, technically, we're writing right before lunch. If we do
Which
challenge
is
number 92.
92. Where is my pen? I am going to write the challenge in with this one.
Okay. Yeah, Spencer.
Okay. I am ready.
Let's go. All right. Oh, where are you?
Did you?
I'm looking
Oh,
for my
okay.
mouse. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. I put tags for these too.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. All right. Ready?
Ready.
Let's go. Timer's up, and as usual, I'm not ready.
Same. I'm very much on a roll. I was trying to. I don't know if I've got the plot in there early enough, or if there's enough hints towards it.
So
no.
I only got 3 words left. But I do have plans for exactly where those words are going to be. God, I wanted to figure something out with highlights, but I don't feel like playing with this right now. All right. You didn't type yours in here, did you?
I did below. I did the jump to thing.
I wrote your words out above mine on purpose, and I was like, "Here's your space."
Oh well, if do the side panel.
Yeah.
It's there's jump to the link thingy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, my nose.
Do you want to? Mine's not done. It's. Let me read yours first.
Okay, let me copy and paste mine. And I mean, I got the start of it, and hold on. Cut. Paste. Oh, all right.
So Natalie's words are cathedral, crumble, willow, cat, water, chocolate, 2, hike, armchair, and Olympian.
And actually, I need 4. But I do have plans.
Perfect. Lucy lightly stepped around the willow, weaving through the tendrils without letting any 2 leaves touch her chocolate fur. Her eyes were slits, focused on the 2-story window. The ground was soft. Some areas still had pools of water from last night's showers. The back porch was empty, which allowed Lucy to climb on the back of the forbidden swing, as her owner always feared Lucy was more dog than cat. But Lucy's balance was never faltered as she shifted her weight forward and back, sending the swing closer to the first floor shutters. At last she was close enough to leap onto the top of the dark blue shutter, leading with each of her paws in a line as her side pressed against the white planks of the house. The porch roof was behind her, and turning around was too much of a fall risk. But on this warm sunny morning, her owner was cleaning the windows. The window just beside Lucy was unhitched from its track so that it was only connected by one point either side, allowing the outside panes of the glass to flip inside for cleaning instead of the person going outside. The window, once vertical, was horizontal, the perfect turning point. In a quick hop, pounce, and push off, Lucy was back on the window shutter, facing the porch this time. As her owner gasped after letting out a shriek as the window spun like a quarter. That spin ruled out climbing into the house from the window. Cats aren't dumb. But with a slight butt wiggle, Lucy jumped to the porch roof and proceeded hiking to the other side. Mount Olympus would have been easier, but Lucy was on a mission to get to the second-story window. Poised on the apex of the roof, Lucy eyed the windowsill, every muscle flexed, ready to propel her. 1, twitch left. 2, twitch right. 3. Lucy jumped with all her might. Her front claws cut through the paint of the sill as her back claws scraped the siding. Even her tail whipped left and right like a rudder. Once her belly was over the edge, she was able to shift her front paws to grasp the more forgiving drapes. Oh boy. Oh no. That's funny. I
Yeah.
can see that, and I like this thin like a quarter. That was good.
I was trying to describe it. So, like, I grew up in the South. Our windows could come out, like, and just be like on a pivot point, like,
Yeah.
like a rod, and so we could flip it, which was great because otherwise, someone's on a ladder cleaning the windows on
Yeah. Oh,
outside.
those are so much better.
Yeah. And so I was like, how am I going to freaking describe this window that it can flip around without people thinking like something different? Like, I was like, if you haven't seen it, it's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
Either way.
You
So,
did good. You got 374 words.
yeah. So she's still got a, I guess I'm going to have the windowsill crumble, or maybe the drapes crumble.
Oh yeah, if the whole rod comes down and it makes a bunch of noise, and you know how cats get when there's a bunch of noise.
Oh, that would be something fun to write. But yeah, I planned Armchair is the end result. She's the Olympian, like by symbolism, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
In the cathedral, I think that's the way I'm gonna describe the ceilings or something. Either that or she's like praying, or the equivalent of praying for a cat. But yeah, that's.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cute.
Okay. You put what I asked for as the prompt.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't have a prompt. I just was like, we're combining these words. Let's go. All right. Main character, anything about him?
A military man. The setting, I haven't quite, I don't know if it's clear. I need to maybe make it clear earlier in the story, but it's like 1950s, 1960s Brazil.
Okay.
Character is still American, though.
Yeah. I could make up any old story, explaining the difference between what I got and what I asked for. Shoved my hands in and sank into one of the benches that lined the street. The boulevard was bustling with people. Group of twos and threes, sometimes a gaggle of friends, bunched together in a conversation. And then there was me. I missed everyone who was supposed to be here with me. On one side of the street, cashew trees provided shade and an ocean view. The blue water lapped gently against the shore. On the other, shops crowded in together. Just another reminder that while everyone else had company, I was all alone. From my seat on the bench, I watched a shop girl in one of the windows fluff out a tulle skirt under a pastel-colored dress. She was alone. No. Another woman came to stand beside her. Though through the window, it looked like she was miming suggestions, but it was clear the pane of glass blocked out the sound. Two boys carried an expensive rug. A woman followed them with what looked like a cricket bat. She proceeded to beat the rug with great enthusiasm. I was angry. Part of me felt pleased to imagine she was hitting a person instead of a rug. If I had gone home, I would still have been a lieutenant. Would she have still been waiting for me, still back at home? I tried to picture her waving her hat at the ferry. She always had a well-cut dress and that she had made for herself. She'd buy a hat, belt, shoes, handbag, and gloves to match. She always wore the same jewelry and perfume. I tried to decide what I'd miss more, Julia or my mother's cooking. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. She made a pineapple upside down cake because that was my favorite. If I'd gone home and I wouldn't have been alone right now thinking about how I'd never see any of it again. was the vision of my grandmother sitting by the fire with her tabby cat curled on her lap. That finally broke me. Hot, furious tears rolled down my cheeks, and I wondered what the others would think if they could see me now. The USS Forrestal was well out to sea by now, and I would never be able to go home again. My grandmother would be cold in the dirt beside my grandfather soon, and I would never see her again. Would never see any of them again. It was my fault. I was glad my grandfather was dead. He would have hated the person I have become, the kind of man who abandons his post for a fleeting thrill, a night with a beautiful girl who he will never see again, a broken engagement with a woman I was sure was the love of my life. Man, talk about like mid-sentence drop. Like,
Like I said, I was not done. Yeah. Sad story.
yeah, I was wondering where this was going.
Bad life choices.
Hold on. Now I'm curious how many words. 491. Nice.
To be continued.
Yeah. If anyone's curious about the difference between Chandra's writing and my writing, this was a pretty good example. I'm pretty sure she didn't kill anyone on page, but she will. Technically, people have died in her story already, and or will. So give it time.
I have an idea. I know how I'm going to finish the story.
And I know that it will be in my inbox ready to read when you're done.
So I know we've gone a little bit over what we had planned to,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I think we'll be back again our next stream.
November. It'll be on Chandra's channel. Hold on, did we write it down?
Yes. I'm going to have to do a little walk.
It's what, the 3rd? November 3rd?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be Chandra's channel, edit number 32. Perfect. Oh, God. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. We'll be streaming again on the 15th for the cover reveal for 1000 Words to Ignite Romance. And stay tuned. We're going to be using our book to create prompts when we are doing these drafts. So it's kind of the cool thing about creating a prompt book is that you, as a writer, you get to use it.
Yeah.
Like other writers, they write the book. What are they going to do? Like they can't.
Do you want to read it again?
Yeah, like
yeah. You've already read it like 84,000 times in the editing process.
Exactly.
Well, thank you all. We will be back next month. Well, actually, no. We'll be back in 2 days for the cover reveal, and then we'll be back next month for another installment of Flash Fiction
And
Time.
follow us on Instagram, and you'll know when we're going to stream. We'll let you know at least 12 hours. Well, actually, this last one was 11 hours in advance.
We will keep you posted.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.